Hello friends, my name is Dr. Huma Hassan and today I will explain how you people have to understand the relevance of current affairs. Now, both my aspirants who have taken sociology and anthropology options, also those who are not having these two options, but it is very important for them for GS paper 1, social issues basically. Now, when you are getting questions on these social issues, they are not, UPSC is not very much interested in knowing factual information. When did that happen? What is the place and this and that? But they want to know what is conveyed from that event. Okay, so today I am explaining how we need to apply current affairs in our answers. So we must be knowing that very recently what happened in Odisha and what Odisha government had done. So Odisha government for 24 hours they have banned the use of social media in the parts of Cuttack. Why? Because they were really having fear of communal clashes, and it was, see, this is a key point, rapid spread of misinformation and hate content. Now, administration has taken preventive measures. Now, it also open up deeper understanding for anthropological, for sociological, and for your, let's just say, for paper 1, a dimension, a question to understand social issues theoretically. Now, how we are going to write? So we need to make a lot of references on this point. It is about the use of digital media, right? It is about social media and how it is promoting some negative lethal consequences on our society. And I'm not the only sociologist or social cultural anthropologist who is talking about these dimensions. We have various renowned sociologists who have explained on this part. Recently, in your exam, Arjuna Putrai has been asked in sociology optional, and uh, and Arjuna Putrai is very relevant, very important for us in our anthropology too. Okay, see, anthropology and sociology is like a twin sisters. Okay, so Arjuna Putrai का direct उनके theoretical application हम कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे, right? So whenever I'm just talking about anthropology, sociology, it's the same thing. Now, Arjuna Putrai and Manuel Castells, they are talking about postmodern society. They are talking about different impacts on us. So they have long emphasized that how modern publics are shaped not just by face-to-face interactions but by media scapes as well. So media plays an important role. It is very much symbolic and emotional landscapes created by media. So media has this much of power to trigger your emotions. In my last video, also I have explained that how you people have to be really critical in grasping or buying the media narratives, and that too from social media, whether it is on YouTube, whether it's on LinkedIn, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, whatsoever we are saying, it's maybe not the fact. So we need to be really critical. And that is what Arjuna Pudrai and Manuel Castell have said. So Manuel Castell have explained basically on network society, that how in a global time we are connected through networks. So this is what you would say. Now application. In Katak's case, social media acted as double-edged sword. First of all, we have got collective identity, but it also became a contested symbolic field, that is digital gossip. Can you understand the term digital gossip? First of all, we used to have face-to-face gossip, then telephonic gossip, and now we are having social media gossip. So, I would say, please be aware of all the YouTubers on the social media. So, people who are, I would say, highly active on social media, somehow having serious psychological issues in their head. I'm not kidding. You will can understand this. If you people have good understanding, if you people have rational control over your thought process, you would see that how the people who are highly active on digital media are also living in some sort of illusions in their mind. Okay? So they take digital gossip as real. And this is problematic for us because now the concept of time and space, which Anthony Giddens have said, that in today's society, what is happening in America or in Middle East, I can see very much here in India, even with different time zones. And I can be triggered also emotionally. Okay, so it is like the fake world. Now I have given the two thinkers. Here you can also apply Redcliffe Brown perspective. Redcliffe Brown, the social media can be seen as state mechanism to restore equilibrium. And this is what even Talcott Parsons in sociology also explained to us. So a temporary suspension of communication to reasset social order. However, we do have critical social cultural anthropologist and postmodernist Michel Foucault, my personal favorite. He talks about notion of biopower. The act of regulating digital speech represents an extension of state surveillance and control over moral and effective life. So the ban is not merely about preventing violence. It is just not about कि हम violence को prevent कर रहे हैं. It is about disciplining digital bodies, deciding what constitutes legitimate communication, and it is a very integral step. So you would see in Indian society, communal conflict often spread through rumors, and it is just not Indian society, actually it happens everywhere, as informal oral tradition. And this is what Jane Noel Ferrari notes, that rumor in such context is less about factual distortions and more about symbolic truth. The expression of fear and belonging. So this is a truth. You cannot take it away. It is not about whether that rumor was real or not, but it is also about symbolic truth, the expression of fear and belonging. So Cuttack incident is not only about fake news, but it is also about rituals of containment, the collective performance of silence, order, surveillance that follows unrest. Okay, so the ban becomes a modern ritual of replication of the digital public space. Okay, so the moral economy of communication, that is what we are talking about. So in many Indian societies, digital platforms have become new bazaars of belonging, where caste, religion, gender identities are negotiated. Okay, so you can say that it is just not a social media ban. It's not even just about censorship. It is about a moment of social negotiation between citizens, technology, and the state. Okay, so we are talking about control over information, and that becomes a form of cultural governance. I would not be surprised if you will get a question in your GS paper 1 and anthro and social students in their paper 2 with respect to cultural governance. I hope you people are getting really good benefit, from my videos, and do appreciate that though I am also on social media and I'm partially forced to be on social media because you, as Talcott Parsons says, you have to adapt. Okay, if I'll not be on the social media, you would not be knowing me. But I would say, even though I am providing this content and everything, I'm just providing a little bit of information from little knowledge I have. That does not teach, that does not going to just like, say whatsoever about made truth. You people have to identify, especially UPSC aspirants. Okay, so whensoever you are watching any videos, you are watching even my videos, think, relate to it, and then make notes out of it if you find that okay, it is a rational content. Thank you.